Hey, how are you? My name is Office Kevin. I got product in my hair. So this week I wanted to touch base with all of you and kind of go over a few things from last week's video. That was certainly one of the most unsettling and challenging, as well as anxiety-inducing experiences I've ever had while out in the bush. And I get it. There truly was nothing I felt I could do other than call the Pennsylvania State Police. I know that was somewhat controversial. I know a lot of the comments have stated and pointed out in nice and not so nice ways that various animals out there, whether it be peacocks or a lynx or bobcat or mating foxes or raccoons, owls, could have been any of those things. I am still, after over a week, in my mind and in my stomach and in my gut and in my lizard accoutrement brain, I'm convinced that that was a human, what I believe was a woman in distress. And that's not to discount the fact that it could have been any of those things, because it very well could have, but I've spent a lot of nights in the woods. 4 years in a row, 7 weeks at Keewaydin. So that's over 150 nights right there. And every night since then, I want to say conservatively 200 nights I've spent in the woods, deep in the bush, whether it be up in northern Ontario or on the shores of the Allegheny or behind Home Depot. I have heard and encountered personally just about every animal. I've seen owls. I've come across black bears, lynx, different raccoons, birds, I mean, you name it. And I would consider myself very familiar with all the sounds that entail whatever creatures that might be out there. I don't think any noise I would hear out there as far as an animal would be a surprise to me. And if it was a surprise to me, as in something I'd never heard before, I would believe that it'd be pretty easy to deduce fairly quickly what animal or kind of animal, whether it's some kind of cat or some kind of bird. It'd be pretty easy to figure out what that was, or even a few possibilities. I firmly believe that that was a woman screaming, and I don't like the feeling that I have thinking about that. It's been a weird week reconciling how that all played out, especially the police response time, the fact that I haven't heard back from anyone out there either. I searched on Google twice so far, a few days apart, and there was nothing alluding to my call or to any events that would portray what I encountered or what may have happened before or after that encounter. I'm not a huge fan of that whole experience. Now, the fact that nothing has come of it over a week later might point in the direction, logically speaking, that it was just something pretty benign. But on the other hand, I still cannot shake the feeling and the gut instinct, lizard brain accoutrement, that what I heard was a human. Some people have gone as far as to point out supernatural things like Wendigos or Sasquatch or cryptids or skinwalkers, things of that nature. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't believe in the possibility of existence of things that, without getting into all those details and in the weeds, that's a rabbit hole that leads to other rabbit holes. I'm not discounting anything. I'm not going to sit here and also say that I'm in agreement with a lot of those. But at the same time, like I said, I've been out in the woods my fair share of nights. I'm not afraid out in the woods. I'm not afraid to sleep on the ground under some trees. I'm not afraid to be in northern Ontario in a tent where there's nobody around for 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers. I'd say if I'm afraid of anything out there, it would be people, because people are the most unpredictable species on the planet. Also the most reckless, the most dangerous. I can't shake the feeling, and I'm going to stand by it. I'm really going to stand by it. I can't sit here and say definitively that what I heard was what I heard, but my body and mind and gut instinct in those moments and a week later are telling me that what I heard was somebody in distress. It's very sobering. It's very, very real. But again, there's how many licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop, the world may never know. I don't really know what else to say on the topic. I don't really know how else to feel about what went down. It was a completely normal, fun, having a great time camp, another night on the Allegheny, that took a different direction than what I was into and what I was expecting. Was going to sleep cozily in the back of my truck, wake up and eat at my favorite at JoJo's right up the street, about 20 minutes away, grab a coffee and head home. And that's not what happened. So for all who are wondering, I withdrew my offer from the property. My real estate agent was not happy with me there. I still have a property tour video that I shot for that property back Labor Day weekend. I was going to upload that this week and kind of put this video before that, like record this and add it to the front of that. But I'm going to save that property tour video for a week when I'm not able to get out and camp. Kind of like this week. I was not able to camp this week, but I wanted to somehow this week, whether it was that property tour video and then add something to the front of it, or I figured the best way would be to touch base like this. And that will be the last property tour video, at least for a long while. Just with all the different properties I've looked at, I think I've done 9 or 10 videos, including the one I still have yet to upload. And the couple dozen properties I've looked at, made offers on, completely passed on. It's just nothing is hitting the mark. I don't think it's the right time for me to be doing it either. If the right thing popped up and I knew it in my heart, I would have already acquired it. And I don't think the right one has popped up yet. So not for a lack of trying. There's been some really cool ones, some really crappy ones, some questionable ones like the cabin, which I'm sick that I lost out on, but it wasn't the right call with the neighbor. The one I just looked at, price was nice, location was perfect, but too many things wrong with it, including the usable space and then that event that happened, let's call it. I don't think it would have been the right one for me. And Jessica, my wife, and so many of you have pointed out, if there was any reason or any signs pointing to get away from there and not purchase that, I think that was my second time there. Obviously, I looked at it a few months ago. Like I said, you'll see in the property tour video. If there was any signs from above or any indications of why I should or should not buy it, literally, virtually every single sign was do not purchase this property. So you'll see that video in a couple weeks. The property tours and my search are going to be on hold for a while. Now, something might pop up and I might eat my words, but it will have to be something that blows me away on paper enough to make me drive out there and continue my search. And I'm just not feeling it right now. So, nor can I really afford anything. I can afford the down payment on a loan. So all of you that think I'm just going to go out there and I have stupid money to blow, you are 100% incorrect. I would have taken out a loan, put a down payment, and been paying it off for 15 or 20 years, just like I am with my house. So, all in all, I'm still interested in your opinions and comments, and that video is doing remarkably well, which is good for the channel, good for all of you. All of you new people here that have discovered the channel because of that video, or just all of you that have been here or been here since day one, been here since yesterday. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all the engaging and supporting and even the constructive criticism and hater comments. I appreciate all of that. So thank you all again for being here. I hope you are all doing well. On a personal note, my mental health has improved a little bit. I'm doing better. So thank you all again on that notion for your support and kindness. And yeah, that's all I have to say this week. Back to our regular camping schedule next week, and we'll take that through the rest of the year, which is only about, look at my calendar, about what? Well, 7 more weeks. So we're going to end the year strong, have some fun. I've got some really cool stuff I'm going to be shooting, and some marquee videos you guys have been watching for a while. So yeah, we're here, and we're going to hopefully put this one behind us. I'm kind of glad I haven't heard anything. I'm not going to Google search anymore. If someone calls me, whether it be whoever, I'll update you, or we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But I'm considering that property and that chapter closed now. So thank you all again for being here. Be kind to people. Be well. Take care of yourself. If you need anything from me, contact info is down in the description of every video. Much love to all of you, and we will see you on the next one. Arrivederci.